everyone. I am going to do a negative space flip cup pour. So, get my gloves on once again. I'm using Duraclean Dutch Boy. Love this stuff. And that is mixed with Floetrol and water. And I have it all in a spaghetti jar. Just easier manageable. These are the 4 colors I'm using: pink, yellow, lime, and purple. And they are Liquitex Basics. And those have been mixed with Floetrol and water. And I'm going to add, well, you can't really see, it's the WD-40 silicone. And I really don't know where the camera is, so I'm hoping you guys can see this. I am spritzing this first. Makes the paint slide out way easier. And let me just run around the camera to see if you guys can even see what I'm doing. Oh, looks like you can. Yay. Alright. Just pretend that you can't see me though, because I'm not camera ready. Let's do, and I'm not putting them in any order, just kind of however I feel. And I'm not sure what this color combo will end up like, but I just like these colors. And usually I add orange to stuff because I don't like the color orange like in general, but for my pour paintings I can't seem to get enough of orange. Go figure. And some yellow. I'm going to add a little bit more silicone. I don't add it, these are paints that I have mixed and then I keep, so I try not to add silicone to them. But I have some that are and some that have sat for months with silicone in it, and I have not noticed any negative consequences from it. I love these little 2-ounce cups with lids. Those are perfect when you have a little bit left. And I just recently bought these little Ziploc containers. They're 4 ounces and they're great and they're cheap. And there's really no pink in there. So let's go find another color to add to it. So far that's what it looks like. Not really crazy about these colors. So, gosh. Not really at all. Let me see what other colors I can add to it real fast that I already have mixed up. I think I'm going to do, let's just put a whole bunch of stuff in there and see what happens, because it's all about exploring. So let's add blue. These things are cool too. I got those on Amazon. It was a 6-pack. Those are really nice. And let's toss in red. Let's toss in pink. Red oftentimes takes over a painting, and that's all you see. And let me get all this stuff out of the way. And then I am going, since it's a flip cup and negative pour, I'm going to put, did I do this right? No, I really wanted to put the white on the bottom, so that would be on the top. But, as I said, it's all about exploring. And I'm not using a whole lot of paint because I want a lot of negative space. So there's white. And let's just kind of put it smack in the middle. And as I said, I'm not crazy about these colors, but this canvas that I am pouring on was maybe the third canvas I ever made when I started doing this. So it's a little sad going over it, but I really don't want it anymore. So pouring white around. And I didn't mix up any more white, so I am really hoping that this will be enough, but I'm thinking it will not. So, oh, I do have more white. I forgot this. That is pre-mixed. I had a little bit left in, oh my gosh, I can't open it. A little bit left in here, so I just mixed the rest up. So let's, you know, I didn't shake that at all. As you can tell, I came to this really prepared. So I'm just going to give it a stir. I don't even know if you can see that. Now I'm going to pour just all over. And I usually waste a lot of white because I always think I need more than I do, kind of, you know, your eyes are bigger than your stomach kind of thing. But, alrighty, up, you can see that it is starting to come out, and that, I love that image. I love Rich's bits, so I lift real slow, and I'm actually even going to move it around a little. And then I'm going to lift a little, let some come out. Push it, move it around. Lift a little bit. Move it some more. Lift a little bit. Move it some more. You can tell it's starting to all come out. Lift a little bit more. And let's just do the whole thing. And there we go. And with the silicone sprayed in there, pretty much all of it comes out. So that part's nice. Now, I wish that I could just make this be it. I really, really love this part right over here. That part I could do without. And you know what? Actually, I'm gonna pour some white just right on top of that. Really, really like this part. And I'm going to torch it a little bit just because I want it to stay. All right. So now I'm going to try and be really careful tilting it because I really want to get that out of there. I don't like that part at all. So I actually am going to tilt it, I think, that way first. Like this part right here to me is awesome. Hopefully it, as I said, will stay. I just want to get all of that. You can see all this area. I don't want any of it. Unfortunately, I am losing other parts that I like. And this part is spreading out, which I don't like. If anybody has solutions for this issue, please comment, because I wish I could just put parts of it on hold while I'm doing the rest. So if any of you know how to work that magic, please, please, please tell me about it. Because this is starting to spread, and I don't think it looks as good when it does that. Sometimes I think it's because I am tilting it too fast. I am impatient by nature. So I have to force myself to slow down as I do this. And kind of help it along. And now covering this side. So yeah, as I said, this part is looking pretty much like crap to me right now. So maybe I'll just chop the canvas in half. I have no idea. So I just really don't want to lose my favorite part, and I'm going to But as I said, and I always maintain, there are no mistakes in art. There are pieces that suck, yes, but you live, you learn, and you pour right over them, and you go on. So yeah, kind of like life. You just keep on going. Just keep on pouring. Alright. These sides I'm not going to worry about too much because, oh crap, I just realized I'm losing that entire favorite part. I also have that issue when I'm working. This isn't even that big of a canvas, but I find myself focusing on one part so much that I am completely ignoring the rest of the canvas. I would say the longest canvas I ever made was 36 inches, and I had the hardest time with that one because I had a hard time keeping an eye on all of it at the same time. And I am really losing some really pretty parts right now. Ooh, but something interesting right about here is taking place. Really interesting, actually. So I shall keep tilting. I really still hate that part. And normally I torch pretty much everything, but this I don't think I will, because in a pour like this, when you've got so much white added and you torch, you end up with all those little tiny like white flake looking parts, and that's not the look I'm going for. So I'm just going to use my gloved hand and fill in the sides. Because you can still see, like this side I wish I had, I'm just going to collect some of the white paint from the tray and fill those in. The edges aren't perfect, but oftentimes the edges will keep dripping and will cover up those imperfect areas. And let's see. I need some more wet paint. And up here, you can see the other painting had a gloss varnish spray on it, which sometimes makes the paint want to repel the second time. I did put Mod Podge on and let it dry, hoping it would give the canvas more tooth to stick with. And it's really not doing that bad, so it's just these stinking edges. So I'll keep an eye on it here and every so often add more white to it. I really actually like this painting. I have never had one turn out quite this big or quite this interesting. And see, right now I feel like tilting it, and I'm gonna fight the urge because I don't want to drip on it. I love this area right here. There is more white space than I would prefer, but what I usually do is I keep working it and screwing it up. So I'm going to call this one done, and I'm fighting the urge not to torch it because torching is really fun. But I'm afraid I will torch it and I will get those little, you know what? I'm going to torch some of it because I just can't fight it. I'm just going to do little bits of it. Now see, you can see a little white, but it also makes these wispy areas a little more interesting. See it? and I'm gonna stop because I do not necessarily like all these white bubbles that have cells, I suppose, that have formed right there. So I'm calling this one done. So thanks again for hanging out with me. And that's it.